welcome back to the channel. This is Jody with JI Colourist, and I'm super happy to have you here today in what is my very first ever holiday gift guide. Now, my gift guide is going to be a little different than others on the channel, and that's because I'm gearing all of my gifts towards people that are colorists, whether they are new or old colorists. These are all items that are under $25 because I think that coloring doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be fun. So these pieces that I'm showing you on front are actually not part of my gift guide. They're just to get you into the holiday spirit. These are items I've been working on this month, and these are from the Christmas Paint Gem collection. So I'll clear these off and we'll get started on the first gift item. We're going to start off by letting you know that everything on my gift guide is going to be under $25, easily purchased by you, so you don't have to wait long on Amazon if you don't want to. And I'm going to start off with a multi-use pencil case. And this is a pencil case that doesn't have loops. It's just a pencil case that you can fit a bunch of items in, and that's part of what I'm suggesting, is buy a simple pencil case in their favorite color or just a generic color and make that part of your gift. Whatever you see on the channel on this video later, all the items will be able to fit in this pencil case and make a perfect gift. Let's get started. And the next item I'm going to do is a set of gel pens. Now, it can be something as simple as 3 Signo silver gel pens that I have in this kit, which I bought on Amazon, or at your local dollar store. You can buy some. Dollar Tree has a set of glitter gel pens for $1.50. These are my favorite, silver and gold, and you can buy these either open stock at your local art store or on Amazon, and you can also find these at Walmart. So this is just the Sparkle Pop by Pentel, and I really like it, and it does come in a silver and gold pack, and any colorist would be happy to get another silver or gold gel pen. Similarly, you can also buy a 3-pack of Signo, and I had these in my last haul video, but these are a 3-pack that I received from Walmart, and they were about $6 US. And if you didn't like the colored, they also had a pack that had white, gold, and silver in it. And so this inside a pencil case would make a lovely gift that would be appreciated by any colorist. Maybe you know that they have enough gel pens and you're not looking at gel pens. Maybe they would like to experiment with some gel medium, and so Ranger has a variety of Stickles gel mediums, and you can get these either in single pots or in a 3-pack. You can get them from Michaels or online. They also have Recollections, which is the Michaels brand, and it is called Glitter Paste, and it's very similar. It comes in a paste gel, and you simply smear it on your page. In order to help them smear it on, you might want to pick up some silicone tipped tools, or a cheap palette knife also would do. Either one. So this is what a palette knife looks like. You can pick this up at Michaels, and this, pop it into your bag, and you're done with a really thoughtful gift, because this is something that gets used up, and also they have some fun new colors that have come out in the last couple of years, so they may not have received these in the past. Something else I really like from the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store are makeup brushes, and I use these for applying both gelatos and gel type crayons onto my paper, as well as I use them for ink pads. So if you gave them a couple of brushes and maybe an ink pad, that would be an awesome gift as well, and it also fits right in here, no problem. So I want to talk a little bit more about brushes. I've already shown and mentioned the makeup brushes that I use for both gel crayons, gelatos, and ink pads, but I also find very useful the Zig. This is my favorite water brush. It's a Zig small water brush. You can get all kinds of different water brushes though, but Zig makes my favorite. I also have a few, if you're doing adult coloring, you're going to use probably some very tiny brushes. And these are just Artist Loft brushes. So this is a 3/0 and a 0/0. So very inexpensive brushes. They don't need to be super, we're not doing big watercolor paintings. They don't need to be super absorbent or real hair brushes. They just need to be useful. This is a koi water brush. It's a travel water brush. It has a little bit bigger of a, it's a large round, so it's a little bit bigger, and but it's a travel water brush. I just wanted to show you that there are a few different kinds of water brushes. This one folds in half, or actually has a stopper, so you store it in half, and this is a full-length one. And here is a short or a small flat brush I have found quite useful. And the other item, if you're going to buy somebody a brush, even if it's a makeup brush, I would suggest getting them a small, I think this cost $2, and it's the Masters brush cleaner, and this is what I always use. It comes in its own little case. It's a little hard bar of soap, and I get this wet, I rub it on here, and then I clean this brush. I clean my brushes after every use, and it's very important to do that. So having a small brush cleaner is a great addition to anybody's brush collection. All of these brushes are small and fit right inside our pencil case. Maybe you know that they are really in love with Tombow, or they enjoy other water-based mediums, and they are using them in coloring books. You might want to get them a package of colorless blenders. This is the Tombow that comes in a 3-pack. I have one out, so they just look like this. If you're making a variety of gifts, you can also buy the 3-pack and split it up so that you're making more than one gift. Something every colorist needs are erasers. There are a bunch of different type of erasers. If you are going to buy them a Tombow Mono Zero eraser, it comes in this. I would pick them up this, or maybe you know that they already have this eraser. I would pick them up refills. Refilled erasers are excellent gifts, as well as this is a kneadable eraser. Perhaps they don't have a kneaded eraser. I break mine into chunks because I don't need such a big one. So I actually leave this one wrapped up, and then I just use the smaller portion of it. Make sure you're keeping the little box that it comes in, and make sure when you're buying a kneaded eraser that you are buying one in a box. So that's how that's kept. If you do decide to buy an eraser for your colorist, you may also want to pick up an eraser shield. This is a small piece of aluminum that has pre-cut out shapes, and what you do is you simply place it over the area you want cleaned up, and you erase, and there you have, this is the erased area. I find this very helpful in my adult coloring, and I use it a lot, so it would be a great gift to receive. If you are somebody that is looking to try different blending methods, but you're not sure if they want to use Gamsol, you can get a small version of Gamsol, so I'll show you a large size. This is the large one. This is 16.9 fluid ounces, or 2 cups, 500 mils. And this one is 125 mils, so 4.2 fluid ounces. So it's a lot smaller, and it's transportable. I would give someone a small Gamsol and an empty marker. And I use an empty marker because I use my Gamsol and I fill it up using a pipette and the Copic marker. Probably $5 empty. If you don't want to buy a Copic marker, you may be able to find other empty markers. Just make sure that it's empty to start with before you add anything such as Gamsol to it. And then make sure you mark on here that it's Gamsol in here, so that you are only adding more Gamsol to it and making your own blender. Maybe it's time to add a little bit of bling to your coloring pages. And a lot of us do that by adding watercolors. So first off, you can buy a whole set, but if you're just starting out, you can also buy just singles. So this is a Fine Tech single pan, and it snaps in place just like that. So you don't have to buy a full set. You can buy individual. You can buy a 6-pan set. You can also buy something from Viviva. These are called Viviva watercolor sheets, and they are actually paint in a dry format, and then it's activated. They also have paint on cork palettes, and this is their latest one that they came out with this year, and it is a metallic set. So both a fun and easy travel palette. It's something a little bit unique that maybe your colorist doesn't currently own. And I'm giving this out today because a lot of these companies will be having Black Friday sales. So I'm just trying to, if you're thinking of making purchases and getting discounts, then now is the time to start looking at that. So this is another type of cork palette from Viviva. I find these are fun to add a little bit of color to my coloring pages without having to break out a big palette and everything else. So easily transportable, and they easily slip into, again, my idea of putting a paintbrush and some watercolors into a pencil case as a gift. Another item that I wanted to bring up is something called a workable fixative. Some people have don't prefer to use fixative. You know, they'll even use hairspray or whatever, but I personally do use fixative on any page that I have just straight colored pencil on, or a page that I have pastels on. If I have a bunch of watercolor mediums on it, I do not spray fixative on it because it will cause my water-based mediums to run. So that's just a little bit of a note. So I use this when in my coloring books. I take it outside and spray it. It is toxic, so I don't be giving this to any young child to be spraying with, but as an adult coloring channel, I'm assuming everyone here is an adult. If they've never used fixative before, this is a small version. So this is 0.475 ounces, whereas the large size is, the large size is 11 ounces. So this is a Grumbucker kind, this is Krylon. Both I purchased at Michael's, so not a problem. There is also another kind of fixative. It is called Final Fixative. This you would spray on after you do not want to have any more layers put down. So often I don't use this unless I have pastels and I know I'm not doing anything else on the page. Then I will use this, again, spraying outside. So the workable fixative allows you to keep things on the paper and then do a little bit of more work on top, such as the name implies. So those are a couple of things that we always run out of or use up as a colorist, and that is something easily purchased for under $25. Another item that we don't often talk about is drawing gum. So this is a drawing gum that is in liquid form and needs to be painted on. I find that if you use a paintbrush, you have to basically throw that paintbrush out afterwards. So I would prefer to use a silicone tip. The silicone tips allow you to dip it right into the drawing gum and then place it onto your paper without wrecking the silicone tip. You can just wipe it off when you're done. So this is the Peebles drawing gum. There are lots of masking fluid types out there, so just select one that works best for you. The next item can be bought either as a large book such as these, or you can buy smaller books. These are sticker books. This is the Antiquarium, both of them. This is the Bibliophile and this is the regular sticker book. They are just full. They have 1,000 different stickers in here, and it will take me forever to use them all up, but I have made quite a good use of them in my coloring books and also in my planners. So they're not just for coloring books. They can be used anywhere you like. If you are a person that make cards, then maybe that would be helpful to you there. So if you don't want to buy a big book, you can also buy separate stickers that you think might be of interest. You can also buy some matching washi tape. So washi tape of any kind, we use it up. It's something that's usable. So getting washi tape is kind of a nice idea. You can go to the dollar store and get it quite reasonable, and they have lots of different types. The Crafter's Square at the Dollar Tree, that aisle is quite a great aisle to peruse if you're looking for small gift ideas. The next two items I'm going to recommend both require a foam applicator to buy. Now you can buy these foam applicators in bulk with like 10 and 20 in a pack. So if you bought a large pack, all you would need to do is give them like 5 or half of the pack, and you could split this up into a couple of gifts. You'll notice that one is quite sparkly and it has shedding sparkles all over my desk right now, and that is because I use this particular applicator for applying Mod Podge Extreme Glitter, and this can be bought in all kinds of different sizes. You don't need a large size, so the smaller the size the better. So this actually is plenty. I think they make one size smaller, which would have even been better. So little goes a long way for Mod Podge. They have a few different ones. They have a holographic glitter one. They have clear and stuff. If you're going to use this for coloring pages though, I would get at least the Extreme Glitter or the Glitter Holograph. That is a fun thing to do with your pages, and it'll give them a brush and they're off to the races. The other item that may require you to purchase from Amazon, because it may be a little hard to find at your local art store, and that is the Daniel Smith Transparent Watercolor Ground. Make sure you're getting the transparent and not the titanium white. The titanium white will go over your coloring page and you won't see the line. So you do need to get the transparent. And also this, I've got some on order from Amazon. I've almost used this up. I apply this to my coloring pages to make them water ready for watercolor mediums. So a transparent watercolor ground by Daniel Smith. You could also use gesso, but this is the one that I recommend. And again, I apply it with a sponge applicator. Now that I have glitter all over my desk, I'm going to also recommend a crumb brush vacuum. So when you're on Amazon and searching, they're normally called crumb vacuums. So this one is in the shape of a cow. It works on one battery. It sucks up whatever on your desk. You collect it all in the head and then you simply empty it. So it's quite simple. It's fun to use, and it actually works quite well when I'm vacuuming up eraser dust on my page, and it also works quite well for diamond painting disasters. So a brush, crumb, vacuum. Along with the vacuum is simply a regular makeup brush. So maybe you don't want to have a vacuum to brush stuff away. Simply getting a dollar store makeup brush. They get the fluffy kind, and it works quite well both on your desk and on your coloring book. Another item that you may want to order off of Amazon would be a package of variety stencils. So this package itself is more than one package. Usually you get about 10 in a package. They come in all kinds of different and I use these as backgrounds on my coloring books. So you may want to get a variety pack of stencils, or you may want to actually just specify and get a set of cloud stencils, which are very useful as well. These are two stencils from Dollar Tree. They are under the Crafter's Square. I must say that I have used them in my coloring books. I do find them to be very thin though, so they're not the highest quality. A harder stencil is definitely a little bit more durable and stands up to rubbing things. This is good if you want to trace things out, it's fine, but rubbing hard on this takes quite a bit of effort to get a good result. So just a note that sometimes buying something the cheapest way is not always going to be the best. So you may want to actually get a better stencil from Amazon in a group. And I'm not going to link any of the stencils off of Amazon because the groups change constantly. So just look for a stencil set that has a wide variety. If you don't have time to order off of Amazon for stencils, then something as simple as a stencil from Michael's or your local stationery store. This is one that is circles. I have another one that has different shapes on it, and I have actually used this quite often, and it's been very handy, especially if you are doing mandalas or drawing a moon on a page or anything. Circles are very handy, and so are the basic shapes. Another easy gift is a new swatch book. Now, we all are familiar with things like this giant swatch book from Coloring Bliss, her website. They have digital and hardbound swatch books. They come in a variety of papers, so it's pretty cool. So you can always get a digital one and then gift that. They also have monthly memberships for $5 a month, so that's something that also might be cool. But I actually suggest something a little bit different, which is a black sketchbook. And a black sketchbook for me is quite useful when I am doing glitter markers or metallic items. I often want to see how they actually look, so I will swatch them out on black paper. So a black sketchbook is something that they probably don't have in their collection, and is just kind of fun and different and unique. These next gel pens are specialty gel pens, and that's why I'm talking about them separately. And these are the Sakura glaze pens. These are pens that leave a clear, transparent, colored liquid on top of your page, and they're translucent, so they are different from regular gel pens. You apply them and then you need to let them dry. So they come in a couple of different packages. One is a darker pack, one is a kind of a bright pack. You can also buy them just with black and also with clear, and they also come in white. So the Jelly Roll Glaze pens by Sakura are quite a new thing in the last couple of years, and they've become very popular with colorists, and anybody who has these, we use them up. So getting an extra one is certainly not going to go unappreciated. The other items that I want to mention before we're through is some micron pens. Now, even if you're not somebody who actually draws, that's fine, but sometimes your coloring book, the line doesn't quite meet where it should go, or you've drawn over it, or more likely you've used some watercolors and you've painted over something, or some acrylic paint. These markers just allow us to sharpen up and draw back in the lines. So make sure that they are a water resistant or waterproof. So look for that, because if you are using them with any kind of water medium, you don't want them to run on your page. And also if you spray them with fixative, you don't want them to run. So just make sure whatever micron or such type of fine liner pen you're getting is waterproof. And that is the end of all of the items that I would recommend as budget-friendly items to get for any colorist. They'd be happy to get. I'm not suggesting coloring books, because I assume everybody has one. If you do have a colorist and you know exactly what books they own and don't own, or they have a coloring wish list, then by all means, I don't tell you not to buy a coloring book, but it's just these are items that go along well with coloring items. Remember, everything that pretty much that I suggested can fit in a pencil case, and if you know that they actually have a specific pencil case in mind that they're looking for, that also is a great gift. But those tend to get over the $25 mark, and it's kind of a personal thing as to whether they like the large loops or the small loops. So I would recommend sticking to a regular type pencil case that is functional and you can throw a bunch of things in. And that is where I'm going to leave you today. Leave a comment below if you have thought of another great gift that is under $25 that would be useful to a colorist. That's all of us here on this channel, so I'm sure that there are many good ideas that you could share in the comments below. Until next week, I hope you're having a colorful and creative week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.